Sakafet YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. Let's cook with me from start to finish. Hello my darlings, it's so nice to have you back here in my kitchen for yet another amazing cook with me. Thank you so much for rocking with me, guys, and I hope you've been enjoying the cook with me series. Over here I've got some lamb chops and I seasoned with a little oil, salt, black pepper, some all-purpose seasoning and paprika, and I gave that a good mix. After mixing it up, I let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes while I prep some other ingredients because lamb chops cook so quickly and I actually wanted to cook it last today. So to go with my lamb chops today, I'm going to be making some creamy mashed potatoes, and I'm just going to go ahead and peel my potatoes. Usually I use my peeler, but I'm using my knife today because I couldn't find the peeler, okay? So I know it's there somewhere, but I didn't want to look for it too much. I know you get like that sometimes, right? Once everything is peeled, I like to go ahead and just chop it up, place it into a pot, and I find that when you cut the potatoes really small, it helps for it to cook much quicker. Give it a good rinse, add a little bit of salt and some water, and let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes covered. To go alongside my lamb chops and my mashed potatoes, I'm going to be prepping some green beans. Love some green beans, so I'm not going to be adding anything else to it today. Usually I'll add carrots, but hey, we're just going to go for some green beans. So go ahead and just cut off the tips on both sides, and you want to just place it to a pot. Once everything is prepped, give it a good wash with some cold water and vinegar, and then we're just going to season it lightly with a little all-purpose seasoning, a little garlic powder, and some butter, and let it steam on low for 5 minutes. At this point, I want to create a sauce for my lamb chops. So I have got a bowl that's got some water, and I'm going to add in some soy sauce, about 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, add in some freshly cracked black pepper in there as well, and then I'm going to add in some maple syrup. Usually I'll add honey to make this, but I didn't have any honey, so we added some maple syrup instead. And then I'm also going to add in some freshly chopped garlic. Give that a good mix before going in with a little bit of corn flour. That will help to thicken the sauce a little later on. Yes, my darlings, if you're unsure of any of the ingredients, make sure to check down below in the description box because everything will be there. To a pan, I added in a little bit of oil, and I'm also adding just a little bit of butter as well. Let that melt together, and then we're going to pan fry the lamb chops for about 4 or 5 minutes on each side. It doesn't take long to cook, and this is why I love making lamb chops because it's so easy. Once the oil and the butter had nicely melted, go ahead and add it in. Do not add all at once because I didn't really want it to overcrowd the pot, so I'm adding a couple pieces at a time. After about 4 minutes, I'm going to flip it over to show you how beautiful it looks. And guys, these were so tender. These were so delicious. Oh my goodness. I'm just showing you here that the lamb chops are cooking away beautifully. And then we've got the veg that's steaming down over there. And we also got the potatoes cooking. Everything is cooking beautifully because, hey, we're going to be done in no time. This dinner takes less than half an hour to make and you have the most comforting, delicious dinner ever. Once my lamb chops are cooked, because I did give it about 4 or 5 minutes on each side, I did go ahead and just transfer it to a plate so I can do the remaining 3. And yes, my loves, this looks so good already. Look at the close up. Oh my gosh. So once I removed the first set from the pot, I did go ahead and cook the remaining 3 and do the same thing, about 3 to 4 minutes on both sides, you know, your own preference. And this is the first 4 out. It's resting on the side. It looks so good. And then once I've flipped everything, I'm gonna put everything back in for another minute so it remains nice and hot. Take it out once more time and then we're gonna work on the sauce. For the sauce, we're gonna go ahead and add in some of that chopped garlic that we had left over from earlier. Give that a good mix before going in with the bowl that has the sauce. I wanted to fry some garlic as well as, you know, put some in the sauce as well because you can't have too much garlic. I only chopped up 3 garlic cloves and it looks like so much. And then you just want to add the sauce into the pan. Let it steam on low for a good 3 to 5 minutes on low heat. And then we're gonna go back in and add in the lamb chops once the sauce has been simmering for a couple minutes. Okay, so the lamb will be cooking in there for another 2 to 3 minutes because the sauce is going to reduce quite a bit and this is going to get thick and sticky and absolutely delicious. Once the lamb was cooking in the sauce for the 3 minutes, I decided to go ahead and check on my potatoes. It's been boiling for a good 10-15 minutes so far, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain it off before using my potato masher and just giving it a really good mash with some butter. I'm also gonna add in some double cream, not too much, just add some double cream in there till it's nice and smooth and creamy. And then I'm gonna top it off with some butter once it's mashed to my own preference. And yes, my darlings, this is how I make my mashed potatoes. You can go ahead and add in garlic in there, but I had so much garlic in the lamb chop that I decided not to. And yes, my loves, mashed potatoes in less than 15-20 minutes. My mashed potatoes are all done. My green beans are all done as well, guys. It looks so delicious. My lamb chops are all done too, and I'm gonna garnish it with some freshly chopped parsley. Look at how nice and low the sauce has gotten, and it tastes so good. So this is everything all done, and of course I'm gonna plate it up to show you how gorgeous it all looks. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my next one.